and welcome to my digital cultural biographical sketch. This will be a journey into my cultural background, my family history, and my cultural identity. First, let me introduce you to my family. The picture on the left is my family on my mom's side. As you can see, it is very big, and other than me, there's my mom and my brother. We have my uncle with his wife and my two little cousins in the front, my aunt with her daughter and her husband, and my grandma in the middle, and our other extended family members. On the right, we have a picture of my family on my dad's side. We have my brother again, my dad, my aunt and her husband with my two cousins. This is my family tree. I was able to date back to my great grandparents by talking to my mom and my dad. In Italy, it is traditional to name your children after other family members, and for this reason, as you can see, there are many names that are repeated along our dynasty line. For example, my dad Giuseppe was named after his grandfather, and my brother Carlo was named after our great grandfather, and even I carry the name of an ancient ancestor, Vittoria. Next, I will go over our geographical background. My entire family is 100% Italian. On my maternal grandma's side, we have roots in a region of southern Italy called Puglia, specifically in the towns of Spinazzola and Altamura. On my maternal grandpa's side, we are from Rome, which is where most of us grew up and lived in. And we also have connections to Milan and Novara, a city in the northern region of Piemonte. To continue, my paternal grandma was from Palmi, a town in Calabria where my dad was born and grew up, while my paternal grandpa was from Sicily, from a place called Santo Stefano di Camastra in the province of Messina. To highlight our contributions to society, I wanted to mention that my mom's family is part of the Italian nobility as barons and counts, so we carry an important social role in Italy. The image on the right is a picture I took of the official book that lists all noble families in Italy and that we have at my grandma's house. Moreover, my great great grandfather Nicolò has held important positions within the Italian government. In fact, he was the secretary for the Italian Prime Minister Camillo Benso, known as Cavour, in 1861, and he was a representative in the House for the Kingdom of Italy from 1876 to 1886, as well as a senator for the Kingdom of Italy from 1892 to 1929. Many members of my family have decided to undertake a career in the medical field. In fact, when talking about family accomplishments, I like to mention my parents' roles as doctors. My mom on the left is a hematologist, so she deals with blood related conditions. She is one of the best practitioners in the whole country, and she is a founding and managing partner at ABRI, the Biomedical Academy of Regenerative Medicine, where they have developed new treatments using stem cells to treat a wide range of conditions. She also has an important background in research since she worked for a long time at the Italian Healthcare Institute for Research and even spent 2 years at the Thomas Jefferson University's Cancer Institute in Philadelphia working on oncological research. My dad is a cardiologist, so he deals with heart diseases. He's also one of the best practitioners in the country, and he also has an extremely important role in research as he has been the scientific director of many cardiology conferences across Europe, as well as speaker and many around the world. He is the president of ATBV, the Italian Study Group of Arteriosclerosis, Thrombosis, and Vascular Biology. And currently, he's the director of all cardiology departments at the Hospital Maggiore della Carità, and he is a full professor of cardiology at the Oriental Piedmont University. The screenshot on the right is from when he was featured in an article on one of the major newspapers in Italy, which announced his new surgical technique that he had developed for high risk patients. The picture in the middle on the top is of my uncle, who is a radiologist doctor and also an engineer, and he has invented a new way to treat cancer using a particle accelerator. And the picture on the bottom is of my uncle and aunt, who are dentists and have founded their own medical clinic. Next, I want to talk about a story that regards my family and that brings me a lot of pride. During the fascist dictatorship of Benito Mussolini in Italy, it was mandatory for everyone to register within the party. My great grandmother Maddalena was strongly opposed to his illegitimate ruling, and she expressed her dissent by refusing to do so. As a consequence of this and of the government's unchecked actions, they expropriated a lot of land that belonged to us at the time. In addition, when the persecution and deportation of the Jewish population started to be carried out in Italy, she decided to hide two Jews in the basement of her house, risking her life to save them from concentration camps. I think that this is a testimony of true courage that makes me very proud of our history. Something that my parents and my whole family in general have taught me since I was a little kid is how to relate to cultural, ethnical, socio-economic, and all other kinds of differences. The main thing that I learned from them is to always be open minded. In fact, I was taught to not judge a book by its cover and to go beyond appearances to see the substance of people and not only the shallow. In addition, they showed me that differences are what make us unique human beings, and therefore they should be celebrated and not nullified. Lastly, an important teaching that I always carry with me is to cultivate kindness with everyone. In fact, these teachings have shaped me to be the person that I am today, and I give them credit for allowing me to become a global citizen, an effective intercultural communicator that knows how to approach differences respectfully, and then generally empathetic and altruistic person. I believe that my family's history has had a great influence over my cultural identity. Three values that are very important to me in this matter are relationships, drive, and curiosity. First, the importance that I give to interpersonal relationships comes to the Italian concept of community and the major role that family and friends have in our lives and in our culture. Second, drive refers to motivation and passion and the ability to fight for what I believe in, as the experience of my great grandma showed me. Last but not least, curiosity, which means being eager to discover new things and being adventurous. Thank you for coming with me in this journey, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did.